And I said we can go tomorrow. She said hi, excuse me B, I don't really do this usually, but I love your style, you look bougie B, I'm the need to be. She said I met a lot in my time, but something attracted you to me. Plus, I don't know if you believe in fate, but baby, this is your destiny. She said, we're just waiting on our interviewee, CEO Soprano, out of the UK. Please be patient. Never hit, so baby boy, don't hesitate. And we can kiss and penetrate, and that is icing on the cake. I know I'm thinking what to say. Say she wanna kiss me, hold me, squeeze me, call me, pop it like I'm a fire. Say she wanna run away, take a holiday, baby, what you say? We can go tomorrow. Say she wanna kiss me, hold me, squeeze me, call me, pop it like I'm a fire. Say she wanna run away, take a holiday, baby, what you say? We can go tomorrow. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Say we can go tomorrow. Na 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 na. Na 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 na, say we can go tomorrow. Well, alright, but meet this girl in the tropics, yeah. Money was the topic, she likes something coming like fear logic, the exchange details, next was automatic. Girl, I don't know where you come from, but I am from Jamaica. Yo, come with me, drink rum, have fun and party on the corner. Girl, I don't know what you're doing, yeah. Airport flex, my friends flowing. You're far with me, holiday can't ruin daytime, exploring night time for the screwing.
Afternoon, sis. Afternoon.
We are now connected with the interviewee, CEO Soprano, out of the US. Blessings, blessings. How are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm great, thank you. Welcome to my platform. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for actually inviting me on your platform.
So, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm CEO Soprano. I'm basically a UK dancehall artist. Basically, I was born and raised in Dunkirk, Kingston, Jamaica, and came to the UK at a younger age. And I decided to pursue music from I was about 14, 15, due to the things I was going through at the time. So that's what got me to actually decided to push through my story that way, through challenging it through music and stuff like that. Because I had a love for music at a younger age, and from where I'm coming from Dunkirk. So we used to see Spragga Benz, and he used to do music as well, and we used to watch him sometimes when he's got the like he would release his first video or something like that. Or he would get everyone, because they used to have, like in Red Square, they used to have like a bar. So we used to run to the bar and see them. He used to put on his music, and it used to be like a small little screen where we used to sit there and watch it. So that for the love of music kind of came from there. And then from here, with my uncle pushing me, and then see my friends and stuff like that, getting into it as well, that kind of get me to, the love for it more.
Yes. Yes. So, how old were you when you wrote your first song?
I'd say probably around. I've been doing like a form of songwriting by doing poems, but I'd say my first actual song was probably about 14, 15, when my uncle took me to the studio, and I thought I was, ready for it and stuff like that. And he took me to the studio, and I realized how much of a hard work it was actually at that time, because I thought it was just going in there. That's why we have to big up the ones before us as well, because they didn't have certain technologies that we do now, So it was just, I went in there. I was telling my uncle, yeah, I want to do music. And he was like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, And because I said I was going through some hard time at that time. And he brought me to the studio, and I was on the recording, the mic, and I was doing my stuff and that. And I thought it was just like a quick one go, because at that time we never had certain things where you could, we was just stepping out. So it's just like, I tried to do a one take, but then I was like, you know, and every time I went back in, I was just like, nah, man, nah. And I got disheartened and I was like, I got upset and I was, you know, because I take things serious, especially if I find the love is like something I like to pursue it, and I like it, especially if someone say, "Oh, you won't be able to." I like to prove them that I can do it. You know, not to say that that was the full process of my uncle at the time, but yeah.
So do you have any albums out or just singles?
I got a few singles and a mixtape called Life of Job.
Okay.
It was released in um 2019, August the 15th. It's quite a good mixtape, but I mean, it's music is growth, you know. It's a spiritual thing where you speak about the things you overcome, or you talk about where you're trying to get to, you know, because as they say, power is within the tongue as well, life and death. So it's just I call my mixtape Life of Joe because of coming from Jamaica and then coming to this country, and you know, realizing that wealth isn't necessarily the man-made assets that we chase every day, like money and cars and stuff, but it's natural, like family members and love, you know, things like that. So it's just realizing that I've come from that to basically a place where it's a bit more harder, colder for people to show that, even if they wanted to, due to the circumstances that it's under. So understanding the biblical terms, growing up on the Bible, and understanding or overstanding or understanding Job's journey, it kind of, for some reason, kind of got me, you know, connected to that, you know. And I was speaking to my mom couple months back and stuff like that, and she was saying to me that one time someone must have said to her something to do with Job and stuff like that, and I was saying it to her the other day that, oh, that's my mixtape's name. And she's like, that's kind of crazy how it keeps coming back up and stuff like that, you know? So that's why I went with the title, Life of Job.
Wow. And how did you come up with your artist name, Soprano?
CO is basically my actual name.
Okay.
And soprano is, you know, in the operas and stuff like that, you have the man soprano and you have the woman sopranos, you know. And I kind of go deep. I'm a Taurus as well, so, and Taurus control the throat, so that's why I call myself soprano. And yeah, and to go, if we can go a bit deeper, we know that at one point the Moors was in Italy, you know. So, and you know, most people think that Sopranos is coming from the Italian gangsters, but it's deeper than that. So that's why I came up with the last name Soprano.
Okay. So how old were you when you migrated to the UK?
When I came to the UK, I was around 10, 11.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
very
very young.
young. How old were you when you performed like your first live, when you did your first live performance? How old were you?
My first live performance. I'm not sure exactly how old I was, but I think to recollect, don't quote me on it, but I think my first live performance was with, he goes by the name of H4X now, Juvenile. He took me to St. Elizabeth link up in Birmingham, and that was, I think, my first actual performance. I think that was probably around 2016 or so.
So do you have any collaborations so far? Did you team up with any other artists in your field, your genre of music?
Yeah, I've got a tune Holiday that you was playing earlier on with Beanie G. It's a lot of people actually like that song. When the sun's shining as well, it gives a different vibration. I've got couple other ones with my other brethren called K12. I got some with as I said before, Juvenile, and I'll go by the name of H4X, and couple other more collabs that I've got out there, and a couple more to come as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're gonna play the song "Holiday" featuring Beanie G.
Yeah.
DJ Lady Trey. Leave it up there. Say she wanna kiss me, hold me, squeeze me, call me, pop it like I'm a fire. Say she wanna run away, take a holiday, baby, what you say, but you can go tomorrow. Say she wanna kiss me, hold me, squeeze me, call me, pop it like I'm a fire. Say she wanna run away, take a holiday, baby, what you say, we can go tomorrow. Na 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 na, na 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 na, say we can go tomorrow. Na 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 na. Na 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 na, say we can go tomorrow.
We can go tomorrow.
She said hi,
Excuse me.
usually.
You're now tuned into Cool Vibrations interview with upcoming artists out of the UK, Seal Soprano. This is a song featuring Beanie G called "Holiday."
But baby kiss, she said destiny. She said, I don't really want to wait, but I will pray and roll the state. Can we just go on a date? I take a stroll by the lake.
Take a stroll by the lake, can we take a holiday? Because you really need a bit extra. Your love and never hits a baby, boy, don't hesitate. And that is icing on the cake, and now I'm thinking what to say.
Kiss me, hold me, squeeze me, call me, pop it like I'm a father. Say she wanna run away, take a holiday, baby, what you say, we can go tomorrow. Say she wanna kiss me, hold me, squeeze me, call me, pop it like I'm a father. Say she wanna run away, take a holiday.
Baby, what you say?
Platforms now. That's "Holiday." Seal Soprano featuring Beanie G.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na, say we can go tomorrow. Well, alright, but meet this girl in the traffic. Money was a topic, so like something come like
I'm alive here, logic.
I don't know where you come from, but I am from Jamaica. Yo, come with me, drink rum and fun and party on the corner. Girl, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, airport flex, my friends doing. You're par with me, I live here, can't ruin daytime exploring.
That's Seal Soprano, CIO. Soprano, SOPRNO, featuring Beanie G, song called "Holiday." Available on all streaming platforms now.
Your bumper and breast chill iron. She body, she a last and come with me, live your best life. In the past, if you're stressed life, but don't you feel like you're blessed twice. From Dubai, we are fly to Miami, vibe. You wanna kiss me, show me, squeeze me, I like I'm a father. Say she wanna run away, take a holiday, baby, what you say, we can go tomorrow. Say she wanna kiss me, hold me, squeeze me, call me, puppy like I'm a father. Say she wanna run away, take a holiday, baby, what you say, we can go tomorrow. Na 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 na, na 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 na, say we can go tomorrow. Na 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 na, na 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 na, say we can go tomorrow.
Yes, loving that song. So tell us a little bit about that song.
This one here is it's actually a funny and a crazy story. Most like half of my stories. It's this one here was, I had it since 2016, and it was meant to be a feature with me and Juvenile. And what happened was I lost my phone, and at the time, roughly around that time, I got sick, and I was literally coming back out of the whole thing, and I lost my phone and lost contact with him at the time. And I wasn't too into the social media, as most people can see now. I'm just literally trying to get into it. And I took a trip back home in 2017. It's like something was calling me home at the time, so I went back home in 2017. And it's crazy that I've never met him, but his grandma is basically my principal in Kirk, right? She was my principal and she was my parents' principal and so forth. And coming back from the airport, coming back from Jamaica, I think either I was leaving and he was coming, or he was coming and I was leaving. But his grandma was there and so forth, and his family and my family. But we don't know each other. But sorry about that. We don't know each other, but our families know each other, right? And they started to talk to each other and stuff like that. And me and him started to engage with each other. We started to talk because he had a cool spirit, you know, he still does. Good energy. So it's like we started to talk, we started to kick off, and then we started to realize that we got similar circle, you know, we got a similar circle and we basically doing the same thing. So he's saying he does music as well. And I said, I do the same, you know. And fast forward anyway, he came back to the UK, gave me his number, we swapped numbers, came back to the UK, and I think I was coming or something like that. But anyway, I reached in the UK back, and I must have went bed one night and I had a dream that he was on it. I had a dream that he was on it. So I basically messaged him on WhatsApp, text him on WhatsApp and stuff like that, and say, I got something for you. So he's like, yeah man, that cool, send me over the voice note. And then I send him the voice note, and I was like, you know, doing stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, this is, you know, this song mad, this song mad. And then before you know it, send him the beat. Then he just called me, shot me, and he said, yo, listen, link up, I got a studio for you, boom, 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 boom. And he just brought me to the studio, and big up Minnie as well. He brought me to the studio, and from there came the magic that everyone loves so much. That's why it's always a 50-50, you know, me and him. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So let me play the song featuring J-Shot Fish. J-Shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 5 a.m. All right. That's there. Okay. I think that's one of the songs that did not come through. Tell us a little bit about this song. I'm going to play you the song. I don't have the title because remember, this is the one that you sent to the WhatsApp. So
yeah.
Let's go through with this.
A nigga like me, man.
So what song is
that? That one is called Sankofa.
Okay. All right. Sankofa. All right. So let's go with this one.
I'm on a gang. A lot of hustlers. You feel like one of the ball playing niggas, you know? Like Bird, Magic, or something. Yeah, you know, a nigga dirt, though. A nigga can leave to leave. If I leave,
Fans still
the fans still gonna love me, man. Lost all my money, now I'm trying to get it back. No, it's all about the profit, so I'm trying to let it stack. Cause I wanna buy a ring, put my son up in the back. Cross the 7 seas, cause I can't afford that. What I'm thinking about my stress. On me, yeah. Lost my brother to the system, man, I hope I get him back. Reminiscing about the days we used to sit up in the trap, but only females done a miles would get to the so we had to bag it up. Distribute it on the block. Only troubles that we had when we run into the top. Had a lot of close calls, but sometimes it did. Death was on my door, but the niggas scared to knock. I was raised by the demons, ain't a stranger to a strap. Been through a lot of shit, made me solid as a rock. When it comes to robberies, trust me, I can say a lot. Ain't nobody done it better, little nigga, that's a fact. I tell you one going so hard. I tell you one going so hard. Come on, man, she's stuck in the ghetto. I'm not trying to buy her a yard. I tell you one going so hard. I tell you one going so hard. Niggas left me with money. Like they expect me to start. I tell you one going so hard.
See a Soprano song called Sankofa. This little trap infused dancehall, I guess you can call it.
Niggas left me the money. Like they expect me to start, but life school I can manage.
Some hip hop for you. And well versatile, you see? CEO Soprano, Sam Kofa.
Thank
Talking
you.
shit and I lost it. So I made it done with the mannequin. Yeah, I made it too cause it's plastic. You can see it done, it ain't empty. Gotta show you my damn gymnastics. You're the type of child to come back. My style and then go back home and go practice. Stop, man.
You heard it first on Trey Radio, FM 780.
Let it mark and then after that, it's too drastic. Man, come on. DJ Lady Trey, straight out of Canada.
Big up for that, Axe.
Bop, bop, bop. So tell us a little bit about that song.
Sankofa. It's you know what it is. It's one of those songs where it's it take a bit. It's with all my songs. It's like even down to the mixtape. It's like the other day my friend said it to me. It's he said to me, it's kind of crazy. Big him up as well. True City Global. He said to me, I listened to your mixtape and it's kind of crazy because everything connects, but it's the way it connects. So Sankofa was me going through a period of time in my life, as I was saying to you, and losing more or less everything that I've worked to build and worked to gain. Losing family members around, family friends around me. I decided to put it within this song here. And Sankofa only means to return and get it. So I just decided to use that as the title, you know, due to losing everything and being low on your face and stuff like that. You just say, you know, it's time to step your sting up now and go back for what you had times 10.
That's a nice song. It's not easy to get back on your feet, but you know, with hope and determination, thank God that you know you're back on your feet. Everything is looking bright, you know, and it's a good look. So I'm glad that you didn't give up, you know, because
Yeah,
your
of
music
course.
is very good. You know, I like your music, and you know, just keep on going.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we're gonna play this song, and you're gonna tell us a little bit about this song. So tell us a little bit about that song.
It's you know, it's that one there is called A Letter to My Son.
Okay.
And it's a thought process where I've had to say to myself that imagine the people before who you've lost, or the you know, the parents in your life, if they imagine if they could actually have told you how they felt about you, you know, when they was alive. Like, I mean, sometimes in life, you know, not to even go off topic, but it's like I had a cousin, right? And God rest her soul in peace, Rucker. And it's what happened was I was going through the motion with her, and I was telling her all this time that not everything's going to be okay, everything's going to be all right, everything's going to be okay. But it's she ended up passing off, right? And I was saying to myself, imagine if I did have something where I could even give her, even she had something where she could give me, where I could always, apart from pictures and stuff like that, where I can always hear her, even though I got her WhatsApp messages. But it's like, imagine if you could have something that could live on when you're gone. So I decided to just put a letter to my son, because I've realized most of us don't even know exactly how our parents really and truly feel about us at times. You know.
So true. All right, so let's play A Letter to My Son.
My face above the water. My feet can't touch the ground.
This is CEO Soprano, A Letter to My Son.
I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. So you always love you, trying like your daddy never tried to be. I close my eyes and listen to your heart, cause that's my melody. I need you in my life. That's it, needs a remedy. I need your mother kid. Love is blind, so I never see. Johnny just to see my son's love. That is kinda deep. My face above the water, but I'm gasping, dog. I cannot breathe. Me against the world. I need somebody come and save me, please. My
Save
mind
me,
say me
please.
leave it, but you see my heart
You
just
see
freezing,
my heart
freezing
just
emotions in the
freezing
bottle.
emotions
I'm
in the
gonna try my
bottle. I'm
best to
just trying
set
my
me
best
free.
to set me
Looking at
free.
the pictures, got me thinking
Got
what
me
you gonna
thinking
be.
what you
It's
gonna
like me,
be.
the feeling what the bed
Picture
is
what
got
the
a
bed has
fucking beef.
got
I
a
gotta
fucking
stay
beaver,
high
gotta
to dodge
stay
the
high
loss,
to
so I
dodge
can
your
go
low
to
so I
sleep
can go to
according that
sleep
the
according
storm
that the
don't cry.
storm
They told
don't
me that
cry.
it's been a couple
It's been
months
a
since the
couple
last
months
time
since
I
the
heard you
last
speak.
time I
Forgive
heard
me
you
for my
speak.
sins, dear Lord. Do I beg you please? My
I
son is
beg you
like my job
please.
because you know he put my
You know
mind
we
at
put
ease.
my mind at ease.
My favorite water. My feet can't touch the ground, touch the
Touch the
ground.
ground. Yes.
You are now tuned into Cool Vibrations with DJ Lady Trey on Trey Can Radio FM 780. We're having an interview with upcoming artist Soprano out of the UK. This is his song called A Letter to My Son.
Anything you wanna be, trust me, you can achieve. Believe in yourself and then listen when
Yourself and
nobody
then listen
speaks.
when
Loyalty
nobody
is a
speaks.
must, son, and
Loyalty is a
trust
must
souls
and a
family.
trust so
When
is
you feel
family.
lost, pray to God for some
Pray to God
clarity
for
and tell
some
your mama
clarity.
sorry, cause I know she's still
Because I
mad at
know
me.
she's
Stack
still
your
mad at
money
me. I
up
stuck
for
your
your kids,
money up
forget
for your kids,
vanity. Be
forget
careful of
vanity, be
friends, some are
careful of
only there for
friends.
charity. Yeah, son, just know that there's always a purpose for your life. No matter how hardship may seem at times, no matter how hard it may get, no matter what people may say about daddy, just know that daddy always loved you. And if I could, I'd be there for you right now. And this is just my heart, a piece of it, and a piece of paper just to let you know. When you feel down, just press play. My voice is always there. You know, I really like the way you portrayed that song.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's really, really nice way to project that song. I'm gonna have
Thank
to listen to that song more often.
you.
Right.
And that's the crazy thing about it. It's even my friend just sent into the message group that he's got something on the beat. K Wizzle, big him up. But it's too emotional. And I was saying to him, most time, more people that's one of the favorite songs off the mixtape,
Mm-hmm.
and they try to play it to me, but it's just it's a place where we haven't reached as yet, so
Yes.
it's a bit hard at times listening to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And tell us about the song Sober High.
Yes, that one there is with me and my brethren K12 LDN London.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you want to know the actual story of the creation, or
Sure. The floor is yours.
so it's like basically what happened was I think it was my brethren's birthday, D Fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and we was there together, me, him, and K12. I was in the room and we was there and we said, all right, cool, let's go into the kitchen, buy some juice and stuff like that. And we started drinking and smoke to the point where we're no longer sober. So I'm like, I looked at them and say, yo, I'm sober high. And everyone looked at me and say, they look like, what? Do you mean? And then I ran it back to them again. I'm like, I'm sober high. And then Kato was like, yeah, you know what? That sounds mad. And then D Fresh jumped onto it. And then after that, we had we heard the beat. I think it was a YouTube page was going for at the time, and I saw the beat, and I was like, "We be sober high, we be sober high, we be sober high." And then from there we start doing it, and I'm looking at everything, looking at the weed, looking at everything. I'm like, the weed that I'm smoking got me floating in the sky. And then we started to do it, and at the time, me and Kato, we had a thing. We used to go woo,
Mm-hmm.
and from that he was like woo, and I was like, yeah, this is it. And then from there, we went to the studio and created it into H4X with Jay Shavish's studio,
Mm-hmm.
and it became a song.
All right. So, Soprano featuring K12. Is it LDN?
That's the one, yeah.
All right. Sober High.
Sober high, sober high. The weed that I'm smoking got me floating in the sky. Sober high, sober high. The weed that I'm smoking got me floating in the sky. Sober high, sober high. The weed that I'm smoking got me floating in the sky. Sober high, sober high. The weed that I'm smoking got me floating in the sky. Sober, 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 sober Money, I've been thinking of the older every day. I'm getting older, so I'm
Always told her
contemplating
complete
riding it, be
get
sitting
the
on my
sitting
shoulder.
on my
I
shoulder.
step up in the club and all these bitches looking over. They look into my eyes and say I'm high, but I'm sober. And my head is getting hotter, but my heart is
But my
getting
heart is
colder.
getting colder.
Had to pull
Had to pull the big
cause
stone
what the kind of taste that will leave
that
you
will
in a
leave you
coma.
in a
And my
coma.
life is fucked up, so I'm looking for a donor.
Before I
Phone is
donor,
ringing in my pocket. Check it,
I
it was
checked if
stolen.
it was
She was
stolen.
with
She
five
was with
friends,
five
so I
friends.
told her
So
to
I
come
told her
over.
to
And
come
she
over.
gave me quick brains, so I gave her
So I gave her all the plumber.
sober.
That was smoking got me floating in the sky. Easy sober, happy day. Hey, we that. Hey, hey, hey. We that song got me floating in the sky. Huh? We be sober, happy day. We sober, happy day. God gave us shit to get told us not to keep the prices in my range, but what can I afford as well? Plus, it's hard to decode when the devil's so much more than sober man, but in the darkness when the crack of God is told. Heard in my ears and told me take my knees, Jesus said I'm not. I need to control it, not be fucking with that young fuck. Baby, I'm a stoner, I'll be pumping up the boat, mine, I'm a stoner. Cause she's love the count of stoner, I'm a loner. So what the fuck I'm a fucking stoner? I'm blowing. Weed that was smoking got me floating in the sky. Weed is sober, weed is sober. Weed that was smoking got me floating in the sky. Weed is sober, weed is sober. Weed that was smoking got me floating in the sky.
Yes. Nice track. Nice track. So
Thank you.
from what I hear, you're like hip hop dance hall. You do a lot of hip hop. You're a hip hop head.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I wouldn't put myself in the whole category thing. I'm just me doing me, but it's
Yeah.
I'm mostly influenced by a lot of hip hop.
Yes.
Like a lot of, if it's not my own town, then it's more, the hip hop thing. I'm just literally getting used to the UK side of things, as in where it comes to the artists. A few artists I stay connected to, but apart from that, there's only certain artists
Yeah.
that that I stay connected to or that I listen to, more or less.
Okay. So is there any future collaborations that you're working on, or what's your next project?
My next project is gonna be The Rise of the Phoenix. It's gonna be a 9-track mixtape. There's probably gonna be a few features on that one, but I think the thing that everyone needs to be looking out for is the EP. That's gonna have some major things on there.
Okay. All right. So is there anybody that you want to shout out? Anything else you
Uh,
want to let us know before we close off our interview?
there's a whole bunch of lists, but furthermore, I just want to say, first and foremost, give God thanks at all times. Then, of course, got to shout you out as well, Empress, for this interview, regardless of who's watching or anything like that. It's just we have to give God thanks for the opportunity and that we can actually link and become one and create unity where we need to have unity, all the time. And just want to say big up KLP Kings of London production, big up RT and family, big up Trenders gang, big up K Wizzle, big up Beanie G, big up obviously my queen, big up my king, which is my mom, my dad, big up my prince, big up my princesses, and yeah, that's about really and truly it. Big up everyone that's been showing love and support, that's it.
All right. So we're
And
going to
just
close.
look,
Go ahead.
go on, Empress.
Oh, I was just going to close out the show. So if you have anything else to say, you can go ahead.
Yeah, run me already.
You know, True said I have to go pick up my pitney, so that's why.
No, of course, man. We understand how it goes, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, just keep an eye out for me. CEO Soprano is the name. It's a name that no one's going to be able to forget, regardless how long it takes, you know. And that's just it. When you do things the righteous way, it takes a bit longer, but you have to do it. And once you stand your ground, no one can move you. And that's all I gotta say, Empress. And
Yes.
big up the whole of Dunkirk, East Side forever.
Man, for real. And I just want to let you know that always remember that you have me in your corner, Seal Soprano, you know.
Of course.
So if you need any music
All
promotion
the
or
time.
whatever the case may be, I'm here to help you, you know. So long as you're serious
Yeah,
in the music, you know, and you're doing a good thing, you're representing Jamaica on a good level, you know, Medea for represent same way.
that's it.
Yeah,
And one more thing. I see you post Greg Hines. Big up Greg Hines. Big up Greg
yeah,
Hines. If he can link me, cause I got a story I need to tell him as well. He's gonna
oh,
laugh when he
okay.
remember this.
All right. I'll see if I can
And
get
big
his
up
number.
Spragga Benz all
Yeah.
the time.
That was a surprise. I'm like, huh, okay. Yeah, so it's enough love and respect when I have my true supporters, you know, looking out for me.
That's it.
Good.
Of course. We're here for you, Empress. We're behind you, you know.
That's what's up. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's on the IG Live. Give thanks for your time. Thanks for everybody who's tuned into the radio station, Trey Can Radio, FM 780. Once again, this is the lovely CEO Soprano, upcoming artist out of the UK. You guys go check out his music. All right. View this interview, comment, like, share. You know, we always need support. We need to support each other. All right. So
That's it.
that's
That's
what's
it.
up.
Everyone, make sure you go over her page and follow her up as well. All
That's
right.
Lady Trade _1 selectress. And I just want to
That's it.
say thank you for everything. Thank you for your time. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And whatever you do, have fun. And that's all I got to say.
That's it. Have a good night,
Yeah,
Empress.
man.
Thank you once again.
Let's up. Let's see.
Salute. Thank you.
Said she wanna kiss me, hold me, squeeze me, call me, pop it like I'm a